What's up, everybody? My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid, and you are watching DO Live, a daily stream show in which we talk about game design. Really the only place on the internet where we regularly talk about game design, because everyone else likes to slack and not actually talk about design. They talk about their favorite this and that or story or whatever. But here, we're almost always talking about some real highly detailed design topic and playing games and reflecting on them in a design-oriented fashion. So we're going to continue playing Cuphead, and we got a few people on the chat, but the topic that kind of popped up earlier today in the Discord, which you should probably join, the links to which are on our website, designoriented.net. I was thinking earlier today, like, why do people say that, quote-unquote, bad game experiences are so satisfying, right, when they beat them? Something I don't quite understand.
Well, I think in their mind, they don't see it as bad game experiences, but
sometimes they do. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so they don't see it as bad, or if so long as they get that that high of victory and giving them a hard time, they think, oh well, if this is how I feel at the end of it all, it must have been good or well designed or whatever. Even if it's not necessarily the case. It's not a feeling I can necessarily empathize with because, and Richard, you yourself were there when I played it, but when I play a boss, when I played the King Allant boss in Demon Souls, my reaction was not, oh man, that was so satisfying when I finally beat him. My reaction was more like, God, fuck that, finally it's over. I hate that boss.
There's a common reaction that people, when they beat certain bosses or whatever, like, I'm glad I never have to do that again. It's just like a very distinct feeling of, like, you pushed yourself sort of almost beyond your tolerance levels just to get through it, knowing that you'll never have to sort of do that again, and you'll never voluntarily go back and replay that. That hasn't happened too much in my life, but I remember thinking things like that.
Yeah.
But that's like a relief, right? Because you put yourself in a stressful situation. But my point is, maybe that stressful situation is not good to be in the first place.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on!
Yeah, it's not something I can really understand or empathize with. I'm kind of out of the, I'm not the type of gamer to talk to in defense of any of that or from that perspective.
It's so strange, though. If people were like, really could suffer through a lot of stuff, as long as the game says you did it in the end, shouldn't we have a lot more people getting through sort of the nitty gritty and hard, this is too loud in my ears. The nitty gritty of, like, learning things and discipline so they can basically get to the good stuff.
I'm not sure. I mean, the nitty-gritty learning things to get to the good stuff. I don't think so, because considering how mixed reaction a game like Star Sea Pilgrim has, which is more that kind of nitty-gritty.
How's it supposed to go up?
Let me see the stream. What's happening?
Oh, come on.
Oh wow, yeah, that's.
It just like went up, and then like sometimes doesn't go up. So weird. Yesterday I couldn't hardly do the dash because it was like a new button combination that are unfamiliar, and now I told you just needed a night's sleep, and now I'm not missing it, even in highly stressful situations. Why is everything so what? You gotta be kidding me! Doing such a good job encountering some of these things on the first try, but man, you just can't know what the heck these things are gonna do. You think they would take some of this crazy expressive animation and give me some heads up? Oh, it's random which one comes out first. Oh. Can I parry those? Those aren't pink enough? Whatever. I don't understand.
Real high-class bout. Now go.
I'm not sure how you would do this normally without the invincible dash. You really supposed to stay up here? And you guess walk left and right with them. That's alright. Oh! Oh, he didn't do anything! He's changing it! Is he supposed to follow me? Is that what he does? That's a thing. That's where he can go. No, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, wow. My short hop was too high? To even, like, just jump underneath this dude? What happened? So these Cuphead bosses all have a lot of these... Oh, come on! How was I supposed to know you're gonna suck it back into yourself? Oh my gosh. It's like the one thing you can't do. Like, your only defense would typically, if I didn't have invincible dash, is to jump. And you jump, you gotta go somewhere. And if it's gonna be underneath you, you gotta move forward. Oh, it just kind of tracks underneath you and lands. You're like, or so where you're gonna land, but don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, Pac-Man.
How many hits do you get in this game?
3. Unless I buy a heart.
3?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then, like,
That's
the boss
not...
sequences are always... Oh, that was good.
No. Like... That doesn't really make... Well... I don't know, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think that makes much sense to me, because one of the things about Mega Man is that whenever you fight a boss, one of the things that helps with you being able to fight him the first time, even if you take a few unexpected hits because you don't know what the boss is going to do, is that you have a whole health bar to deal with it.
And the bosses are much shorter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! That time he just went up?
Doing a bird call there?
I like this guy. I think that guy should say ha before he comes out. Oh, come on, right before I ended. Pac-Man. Oh, wow. The way enemies sort of obscure each other in this game, not a good thing. What is this, freaking Link to the Past? Ugh! Dr. Wily has some synced up timers just like this. Go! Go!
I mean, this is crazy, but you're doing it. You're
I
doing all this shit.
I decided to just shoot a super because I was really bored of doing really minimal damage while dodging that stuff.
This match will get red hot. And
It's annoying. Okay, now he goes up.
Yeah, this is something we covered over when talking about soft body, but it's when you make it. Yeah, that's a game that's also hard.
Okay, I wish I saved my recording of that. I can't believe it's gone forever. I just didn't hit one button to put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when you get patient and you just don't want to wait for everything. Oh! And then I just start hitting random buttons. Sometimes you're like, oh god. I don't even think his projectile had come out at that point. I tried to jump. Jeez.
here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
I don't know who gave this game of the year, but tell them not to do it next time.
Yeah, but what you're going through right now, having to do the boss over and over and over, where it's just like it's you can see what to do, even though some of it can border on cheap. But eventually you'll get it.
I'm tired of things obscuring my view. Stop it. It didn't look like that did any damage. Jeez. Ah!
Wow.
I can't see! I can't think! Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's like the wrong way to do a Strikeman projectile. That was like Link to the Past Blight heads. What could I have parried? I don't think I ever figured out what to do. I tried to do those little... I don't know. I just don't know. I don't really care anymore. I can just look it up later if I really, really want to know. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. I need to bring up the Twitch chat, don't I?
Okay, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Cool, because nobody was in it. Baroness Von Bon Bon. Okay. So, like, obviously I have a lot of classic gaming, platforming skills. Mega Man stuff like that is training me how to sort of dissect the patterns and where to jump and how to control my timing. But this game has, like, extra just sort of layered and weird tracky elements that make it a lot less fun and fair than I'm used to. Makes it kind of crazy. And I just wish it didn't have such a steep penalty for like not knowing what the heck these things are going to do to start their behavior. And with all this crazy animation, you think they would have some better way of displaying the tails and stuff.
Yeah, so this is going to be your first time and my first time seeing this boss, so let's see how this turns out.
Ah! I forgot I could... I better back up. I better go small mode just in case. Okay. Oh, do I have to hit the green parts? What the heck? Do I have to hit the face? Gosh darn it. What the heck? It was so dumb. So, the first pillar I saw, I was like, oh, you have to hit the green thing because it's green. It's a different color. But you can randomly get more pillars with more than green. You actually have to hit the face, which when it turns its face, it looks, you know, skin color just like all the rest of the pieces that are his body. And I could not make the right decision fast enough. Does that hurt me?
Yeah, no, I immediately thought shoot the face, so... Yeah, but I don't know, probably a bit more lenient to actually let you change targets.
I didn't even see those. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see those. This is what I was talking about with Celeste too. Like, you know the player has to like use their eyes to actually look at certain parts of the screen, right? You know when they hard focus to try to figure out what the frick's going on, they can't really figure out, can't really know what else is going on, right? So like,
yeah, that's the Infinity Maginian problem.
oh wow, I didn't know those guys were gonna do a big swoop and then a small swoop. Come on, why is everything like this? Ugh. So stupid. Just do a simple pattern. You got enough junk.
Well done. Now go.
Okay, that didn't work for some reason.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Okay.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Getting too close. Okay, never mind. 30 seconds behind that.
I like shmups that let you hug the walls and ceilings without taking damage.
It's not Silver Surfer.
Oh my gosh. Clearly that part was made for these bombs. It's also hard to get a feel for the damage. Not sure. What the? I clearly saw the big blue bullets. I didn't think that the yellow things were even deadly. I thought that was just like sparks. Oh my gosh. I don't know why you would have just two types of bullets coming out of a finger. What sense does that make? I don't get it, and I just don't get it. This is just so arbitrary.
And begin.
It's cool how the swords have mouths. I hate stuff that passes in the foreground. I hate it. I'm trying to see here.
that the only gun you have?
I have 2 guns. Again. It sort of seems to be... Ah! Ah! Oh, come on! What? Jeez. I didn't think that hitbox was going to hit the edge of my ship like that. And I was also watching things be blasted on the left side of the screen and then shoot across the screen.
A great slam and then some. And begin!
Okay. It looked like my hand was still out, but I guess the window's smaller than I thought. Okay.
A great slam and then some. Now go!
I don't need to be that close. That's not pink for slapping? What? Those aren't pink? Are you serious? They look pink! Disapprove. Really? I didn't think the window was that freaking tight. Oh! I didn't even... That's so stupid. First time, that pyramid was on the bottom left, like behind some junk, maybe his hands or whatever, and all I saw was death rays, so I didn't even know that it was coming from a pyramid. I thought it was just like a moving death rays. Two, when I saw this pyramid finally closely enough, because before I was looking at the big red head and like whatever, and just kind of dodging the pyramids out of periphery, I noticed like, oh, his eyes open. I didn't know eye open was meaning I'm about to shoot death lasers, and I didn't have enough time to focus on the other pyramids to do a quick comparison and be like, I think this one's going to be dangerous, and not only dangerous, but dangerous in this stupid cross Evangelion type explosion.
We'll get red hot. You're up.
Yeah, I was gotta point that out. Generally, if you're gonna have a laser attack, especially a four-way laser like that, you want to have some kind of like pre-laser.
Yeah,
because
like, here it comes.
An eye opening is not an indication that it's a laser coming out that covers the entire axis.
Don't you know? Eye opening means laser. Cyclops, you know. Zelda, the little statues in Mario Bros. 3, you know. Shoot lasers out their eyes. And then it's just like do the same things over. Like, does anybody actually value this? I was trying to figure out what the value is of just kind of having your sort of penalty be so strict. Those ghosts look pink. I don't know why they're not reflectable. Why are they even remotely pink? Why? I don't get it. What? I swear that hitbox is... I don't know what it's drawing. Okay. Okay. So there's a side I should be on?
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin!
I think you're like, I'm just playing this so I can get through it now.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on!
Couldn't even parry that one. They just threw it straight up into the
Here's a
ceiling.
real high-class bout.
This randomness is kind of annoying now.
Yeah, principle I probably would have taken for the parry the way they're doing it this game. This is a weird ass parry, I gotta say. But anyways, I was gonna say to make it so that if you can parry it, you should be able to parry it. Don't have, you know, impossible to parry projectiles.
I'm gonna get hit by that a lot. This background looks amazing.
Yeah. They're just constantly flying around this Egyptian city.
You know, he starts moving before, like, the finger sequence is over. Jeez. Probably got a pretty good score for not getting hit, parrying a bunch of stuff. Nope, didn't get a good enough time? Really? I was even using the bomb thing like as much as maybe should have used it more. I don't know. It's my fault.
Why does it fade out like that? You didn't even get to see him die.
That's what I was saying before. It's just the one of the worst boss endings I've ever seen. It's so anticlimactic for all that work. It's just like, oh, fade to black. You're like, seriously? How about you animate me something? Let's see what these guys have to say. Yeah, so I don't know how much I value just sort of
A great slam and then some.
replaying things just... Oh no. I don't know what's happening. Just because they sort of... Ah! That was a little fast. And he was like juking me out this whole time. And I didn't want to hit these ducks. I'm assuming if I make the ducks spin, they're no longer... What the... Get your freaking jukes out of here. Ooh, parry duck. Ooh, that's not a parry. That duck is pink. guess I already... Okay, I guess I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, really? Okay. At some point there was so much smoke on the screen I couldn't even see my character. Why would you have a super obscure things like that? I don't get it.
Why have the super obscure himself?
Yeah, himself. Like, I need to see me. Oh, I was gonna try to use that to drop it on him. Kind of quiet.
No, I'm looking at the boss fight.
No, the boss. The boss is kind of quiet.
Oh.
It's just kind of like doo 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 doo. I know I turned down the music a little bit. Okay, so that. See, that's a classic tale right there. Now they're gonna try it again. Ooh, and I saw the pattern. It's right here. That's kind of cool. Woo! See, that's good. Oh, what?
Oh, that donkey.
Man, I don't know. Like, when you have bosses that can just swoop in from the side of the screen, you gotta be really careful. I think Donkey Kong Country had some cheapness like this, where there's like, I'm off the screen, I just jump at you, and you're like, really? From off the screen?
Yeah, Mega Man X4 was really careful with how they designed bosses that actually had a screen that larger than they could fit on. Like Magma Dragoon could kind of do that, and also General, but you know it wasn't cheap in those games because General would have these as slow-moving Andros hands coming at you, so it's like you know what to expect. And Magma Dragoon couldn't hit you unless he was doing a Hadouken, which he would say very loudly, so you could hear him even if he was off screen, and it was his only long-range attack. Actually, that's not true. He also had a fire breath, but that was about it.
What's cool about these bosses is they just have like routines and things that they just do, and then there's other external elements that are just always sort of on their own timer. So there's these new layered timings that happen, like, oh, the conveyor belt was on top of me, like that. Piece of trash. Piece of trash. It's cool when it works, not when it pisses me off. Okay. I don't like it.
Oh wow, I just saw that and I'm like, oh, I honestly don't know what you could have done there.
Play a different game.
Behind, of course.
I like being a jerk sometimes. Okay, keep my distance. Okay, now stand in the middle. Don't jump because you might need it. Okay. Dodge those. Okay. Ah! Okay, I'm not. Ah! Oh, I completely lost myself because when I jumped, I went up into the frickin' umbrella hanger. Gosh darn it, this game. I tell people all the time, like, why are you making your enemies dash really fast? Like, you think you're funny? Like, honestly, you stupid? Like, if you can't react to it, then you're just making trash. Like, the enemies don't need to be fast in order for them to be threatening. They don't need to, like, teleport across the screen or zip really fast. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Good day for us.
So the effect is when you're actually playing a game for the first time or when you're focused, it's going to take you by surprise anyway, just because that's what happens when you split your focus. So you don't need to make it actually unable. You don't need to make it to where it always will take you by surprise because it's unreactable. Like, it's not acceptable. It's oh my gosh, get the frick off me!
A great slam and then some.
Randomness. And I want to maximize my... Okay, he's just being a jerk now. He didn't do that like the first 4 times. Randomness? 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 Oh my gosh, hitbox is also weird when things squish using classic animation techniques.
Yeah.
I love his animation though, it's so funny.
It's really good. The Disney games, I know Mally Malin was one of those games where...
Yep. Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah. So like he can just move halfway through the screen, and then if there's a duck that randomly has a light bulb that drops fire, that cuts off even more of your screen. Because whether you shoot it early or whether you try to avoid it, it's going to drop the fire on your last half. So then you're like, oh, if the situation becomes this dire, I should probably jump out. But then how he backs up and how long he takes to dash forward is also random. So it's just like, oh, you could just be in a bad time and just get hit in the face. Great.
Here goes.
Something I kind of don't understand is why these aren't, you know, introduced
gradually, yeah, and then put together. Yeah.
Because it's like it just starts off with the ducks and this guy. Like,
every boss is like that. When you're making a game that's initially only bosses, I don't know what choice you have.
Yeah.
Oh, get the frick off me!
What's another game that has? Oh right,
Shadow Colossus.
Oh, I was gonna say treasure games. Well, I mean, I only know Gunstar Heroes, but Gunstar Heroes had quite a few bosses.
Yeah, like a boss per stage, and then 4 main stages.
And the stages themselves were pretty short and sometimes kind of
negligible. How did I fall back on that?
But yeah, look at, like, reference a boss like 7 Force. Like, that's an example of a really long boss with lots of patterns, but it's totally fair.
Shoot.
Yeah, and this one is just like immediately donkey shooting.
Yeah, he just like has no... Like when that green one appeared the first time, I was like, oh, donkey, I got hit! Like really fast. I better get
Horseshoes plus roller coasters.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Watch out.
Oh, there's a sweet spot under the donkey.
Apparently. Yep.
Right under his ass.
I thought you were going to be a little bit more clever with that pun. I left it up to you, Adrian.
Oh.
Think about it. Oh, wait, you did do it. You were talking about the boss, not the donkey. I was like, oh, oh, oh! Not hard. So even last time I was dodging the baseballs a little bit, but this time I'm like, barely could see that the bottom of the stage was changing because I had so much going on the top, but then I could just like feel the baseballs. I'm like, they must be tracking directly at me. That means I have a little bit of control when I used it. But like,
But yeah, a really simple. Cause it's like you don't even need to change that much with Cuphead. It's just like if you gradually introduce them instead of throwing both like these merry-go-round platforms and multiple penguins throwing baseballs.
You think that's like what classic game design is all about? Like introduce things in the level and then have a boss that kind of gives you the most complex, extreme version of it. But this is just like bosses just throw new stuff at you.
Yeah, and if you're gonna have these like 5-minute long bosses, then have the boss act like a level and just gradually introduce things and then mix them up.
You might just call that a level. Maybe put some checkpoints in it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not so long that you can't get through the whole thing in one go, but I love this pig.
Why do we need to aim backwards? Oh, roundabout. I tried to buy the good damage thing last time, right? But lightly weakens your attack power? I'm not about that. But since I'm dying, I might as well buffer my learning process.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I need my invincible dash. I kind of want to play without it a little bit, see what's up.
Hey, it's got the Hollow Knight badge thing.
Hollow Knight.
It's not gonna take anybody's shite.
Not he.
Did you see the Brental Floss Shovel Knight song?
Yeah. I'm very
It's so
familiar.
good. That was before the game even came out.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, was it? Oh. Okay.
How could he get a hold of the song? Unless he was in cahoots.
Well, because they had the demo, which played the main theme, before they actually finished the game. 'Cause that's how they did the Kickstarter.
You may be right, but you may be wrong. Think about it.
I may be wrong.
Maybe.
Still, he got it like... He got that song out like really early.
I may be wrong, but I doubt it. It's such a funny video, because I like saying funny. Oh, not this again.
Begin.
This isn't too thrilling, but I will say that the new Super Mario Brothers bonus rooms were not too thrilling either. Did you get on the overworld?
You mean like the... Oh, shoot, I don't remember.
Like the Hammer Brothers or the weird like bonus things where you have to... I do not understand how that didn't hit. You'll tell me if I'm this freaking stupid, freaking boring game. You know what would make this mode actually interesting instead of what it is?
What?
So it's cool you want to focus on parries and all, but you should probably make it to where shooting slows them down so that when two are coming at the same time you can like shoot in one direction and like stun them and then go for the other one. Like just kind of use all your kit, because you only have two things in your kit.
Victory!
I'm kind of perplexed as to why the parry's only on
Pink items?
things.
Yeah, if you could parry everything, that could be like a aerial defense. But they want you to dash. The dashing, it's not invincible by default. So
Because another property that I'm seeing with that parry is that you bounce off of things like
yeah,
platformer.
that's kind of crazy too. So like uncontrolled, you can fly straight into a bullet after you parry something. So careful. I want that one because I know I don't like the default one. The one I already have. Cross the astral plane to become invulnerable. No, I don't want that. Turns out I'm a liar and a hypocrite. I was only lying about being a hypocrite. So these are the little run-through levels. Let's see what you have to say.
Here goes.
Oh, that hurts my eyes a little bit. That was annoying. Oh, I took off the invincible dash. Makes sense. What did I replace it with? Oh, the hearts? Can I parry that? It's cool, you can go on and off it. That's cool. That's cool.
I can't believe shooting the balloons doesn't pop them.
Not only does it make them bigger, but then they shoot bullets. So, congrats. I hate foreground elements like this. Get the frick out of my game. That's cool how you need to do that to get up higher. That's cool. This is really cool.
Oh, yeah, see that right there? That's cool.
That's cool. At least they showed me what... You're not supposed to shoot balloons in my house.
That guy is a magic Koopa. Wow, with the delay, that was so perfectly timed.
Get your teeth broken in. Okay, that was very weird interactions. These some complex timers are kind of whack. Uh-huh, piece of trash. I don't know why there's a lack of sound effects. I know I turned them down a little, but not this much. Ew. I should have parried more, but that's alright. That's alright. Not fast enough. Should have parried more. Gold coins. Skill level, blah, blah, blah. Man. Will not be 100%ing this game. Because I would never want to play that level with you. See what I did for you, girl? It's right here, girl. Okay. I guess you get an achievement for 4 parries in a row. I don't know when I could do that, but maybe I should have done it on those bells on the last level. Is my frame rate dipping?
A great slam and then some. It's
No, so
on.
looks fine to me.
Okay.
Wouldn't be historically accurate if this game was 60 frames per second.
I'm losing some of my frames now. This is an homage to Mega Man.
Oh shit, wow, his tail.
I'm gonna scratch myself. Let's hope I.
Okay, yeah. Tail makes a wall.
That's super cool. Come on! You really expect me to look at the clouds and the fire coming out of the dragon's nose and the order of those stupid things and when they're about to jump? I don't know who thought that was funny. Like, I just think people have no idea what they're doing when they make games. Like, you can't look at everything, so don't put so many critical things on the screen to look at. But I guess they don't really care about the first time playthrough. Oh no.
Yeah.
Here's a real
To expand on what the one guy said, you know, how about, oh, the programmer needs to be able to
Yeah,
the boss without taking a
Igarashi.
hit. Yeah.
A brawl is surely
Also want to
brewing.
add in addition to that you should also be able to do it on the first try. Now obviously not everyone will always be able to do that, but still.
Yeah, there's 2 stages to that. I was thinking about that earlier today. Like, sure, you can beat some bosses without getting hit. It doesn't mean if it requires all this crazy memorization and like secret knowledge or whatever, acquired knowledge, then it's not gonna help. It's not helping the design. It's hard to parry that one up too high on the screen. I know some people play these games like this where they just like very calmly just jump to the next thing and like hold buttons. And I guess I should do that since there's so much going on in this. But I typically like to just jump around like crazy.
Well,
I didn't know they had the same jump arc. See, there's all these little things that are hard to determine. Okay! Same arc, but he can go forward or backwards. Okay.
oh wow, holy shit, 2 jumped.
I'm chopping up! What was that move? Ah! See, what the? I didn't even see him put a helmet on! Oh my gosh! Okay. Let's see what this special is. Okay. Freaking ridiculous. You know the Mega Man boss that freaking had you jump on things like that? First, it let you jump on them without a dragon. Then it let you jump on them with a dragon. And then it stopped moving and then you just fought a dragon. Like, it's hard enough. Sure, falling down the pit and that's the one that kills and this is just a one hurt hit, but...
Yeah. How many tries was that?
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Yeah.
It's weird. I could not see him put on a helmet, and even if I did see him put on a helmet, was I supposed to expect a really fast flamethrower?
Yeah, you.
Oh wow.
Generally speaking, it's the same principle with the laters. You can't have a screen length covering projectile like that without some sort of like pre-laser or pre-fire.
Heck! What is this? Can I jump on top? What is going on? can't jump on these things and you can't shoot them. So I go down. Okay, do it. Now like, there's an enemy in my way. What do? No? I want my invincible dash back. This is garbage.
Here goes.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? You tell me. Shoot up? What the heck?
I'm legit confused because, like, okay, the duck's covering most of the screen, the stupid cars are covering the top of the screen.
The duck's weakened his face.
Here goes.
Something that was completely impossible to see. I could even barely tell the duck was taking damage. It's a little too subtle. I can barely tell the bosses are taking damage sometimes.
Yeah, I just saw it right there. I'm 30 seconds behind, but I saw you shoot one of those blue things into his face, and the white flash is so quick and so subtle.
Oh my gosh. I tried to parry the duck underneath me, and then I accidentally swapped the card. Oh my gosh. Probably should have been ready. And they still hurt you? I don't know what the deal is. That's fine. It's weird, so like you said before, the parry pops you up, but when there's a threatening car situation, they actually looks like they make you partially invincible. So
yeah,
but then sometimes you're not partially invincible. Get poked in your freaking eye. Ah! Get poked in your freaking eye. Okay. I thought that thing would be dead. Okay. Probably should have just waited safely. To be honest, I just ran straight at him for fun. I don't see why there's any point to be on the ceiling right now. Oh, wow! I was like, I'll back up. No, you don't back up. You actually just memorize things ahead of time. Oh, I'll do that ahead of time next time. You can't. Oh, not fun. Not fun. I'll try again.
You're up.
Blah, 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 blah. I really want these stupid coins because that's what gets me the things I'm actually interested in. Get hit in your eye.
Wait, how are you shooting diagonally without moving?
You can hold a button and just stationary aim and move it in all the directions.
Okay, so... Metroid Fusion style?
Yeah.
Or, actually, no, it's not Metroid
Bass from Mega Man 10 style.
I was gonna say, that's Samus Return style, but it's obviously not the first to do that. Alright, Hardcore Uprising also did that.
What's happening? guy's getting awfully dangerous. Close to my face. Oh no. Missed. Another freaking wall. What? I'm done. This game is stupid. Oh my gosh.
What happened? I didn't even see it.
I think a huge tongue just rolled out and licked me. Lightning fast tongue. Great game.
Ay.
I was like, okay, I fought this wall before, nice increase in difficulty. Now there's moving platforms. I was like, let's see if I can do it. And tongue comes out and kills me. I'm like, this game's stupid. The one time when you actually had something of a decent setup.
How come? You know, I was gonna say another thing. How come the enemies don't just randomly drop health pickups like in Mega Man?
Well, the non-boss levels were an afterthought, I think, and then they don't care. Like you can still penalize the players for taking hits even if you give them health pickups in a boss fight, so that if they want to get an A+, they can still play perfect. But whatever. A lot of people feel like they have to like bloat the size of their game, bloat because if it's really small, like, well, they gotta play the boss perfectly without like getting hit to even clear it. You're like, why? Why? What you're doing is putting an undue, extreme amount of sort of stress. I mean, if your game's perfectly fair and clear and whatever, you earned that right to have that option. But if your game's like this, and you're really just guessing and kind of taking hits to the face just to see what's out there before you can form a plan, before you can show your skills, then what's the freaking point of having me do all that other stuff over again? I don't know. I mean, if it was easier to clear these things, I would go back into them and try to perfect them as I went along instead of this, which I'm not going back because I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not impressed anymore. Besides being completely impressed by the animation.
Yeah. That animation is great.
I wonder what youngins think of it, you know what I mean?
What, you mean the
Animation style.
animation? I don't know. I feel like they should.
I wonder what
Enjoy
they
it.
think though. Because it's not like what they see on TV, and I don't know if they watch enough classic cartoons, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're watching TV anymore, to be honest. Because, like with my niece, it's like she watches a lot of stuff just on her little tablet, so chances are they're not watching TV.
Is this level really holding me back?
You're up.
They should have introduced a duck first before the cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I don't know what it is with other people, but they're just
That didn't work out.
overly forgiving to taking hits in games.
I like it. You don't have to do the gravity switch. See, I thought the cars in the beginning of the level were going to be like too long so you could jump over them potentially, but no. I can play these games. These games aren't hard to play. They're just hard when they... Oh, I should have dashed now.
kind of my experience with the certain portions of Ninja Gaiden.
Oh my gosh. The fact that that little hit moves up right at the end, I don't think it's necessary at frickin' all.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's already not a lot of space here. And you have to wait even longer. Better get out of here. In your face. My face. Probably wasn't gonna survive that anyway.
You're up.
Look, they make the first car train like 4 long. I need to save up some kind of super to blast that door in the end. I hope all these hits are actually hurting it. You know how you can't really tell?
Because there's no health meter.
And like I can't tell if some of them are just naturally puffing or if it's actually doing damage. You think with the game is simple, there'd be really just 100% clear feedback. They ain't. So this is all just standard platforming stuff. It's really easy to manage, simple timers, easy, right?
Yeah, it's those 4-way cannons, rotating cannons from Super Mario Brothers 3.
It's cool that you go down here to get that. Things take a lot of bullets sometimes. That's alright. You have a lot of time to shove bullets in his face. I did it again. I should have air dashed. I'm about to get myself killed. What am I doing? It's weird. I know that's not a right place to land, but I saw that dark area and I got kind of confused about what I could interact with. Missed again? What? This game is so bad. I hit the ceiling and I think it was trying to auto bounce me back into safety, but it just like glitched at the top and I couldn't even see where I was or what was happening, and then they just took 2 health points. Great. This game's so good.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked like you went through the platform.
Here goes.
I think that's just like another feeling that you really don't want to have in your game, where you feel like having to reset the damn level after taking 1 hit because you know you want to save that.
Yeah, you know you need it. Yeah, in general, I try to avoid that. That was close. Also, like, I wrote an issue on my design issues write-up. Like, when Mega Man, they give you 3 lives to play through a level, but if you beat the level with 1 life left and start another level, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, they don't.
So they don't just replenish your life like, hey, I stopped back at Light's place. He gave me lives, come on. But no.
Yeah. I think even in Mega Man 10 they still do that. Hopefully Mega Man 11 changes that.
I mean, they're trying to do like a 1 credit clear thing, so they want you to like fight on and then like see if you can get some extra heads. But because extra heads are random anyway, so like, what does it really matter?
Yeah. And even then, a 1 credit clear doesn't mean you can't gain lives from finishing the levels.
And this is the first time you see that tuba guy, and they gave you like the option of being on the ceiling to technically be safe, but if you have no idea what he's about to do or how dangerous he is, then it's not really much of an option.
Yeah. is like they introduced him while you're on like these conveyor platforms.
Nice.
Why weren't you invincible? I just saw you hit that card and get hit by the wall.
Yeah, they're like, I was trying to move away from it in time. Uh-oh, it says uh-oh. That was supposed to be my cue. And uh-oh, and where was my mega shot? I guess I had 4 tickets instead of 5.
Here goes.
I guess I'll parry all these now instead of trying to get through quickly. I need every single one of those, apparently. Hitbox is questionable. They gave you plenty of things to parry, I just didn't think I needed to. Oh my gosh. That's much stronger, I think. Oh, I landed right on it. This is kind of crazy. Just a bunch of crazy explosions. Did I get hurt by that thing I tried to parry? I might as well try it. I just messed up apparently.
You did indeed get hurt by that thing you tried to parry.
Let me kill him like this. Not bad.
Now go.
That's so lame.
Here goes.
It's just an aside, but this is, I think, the second time now I've seen a game where they have these obnoxious foreground elements. Like, it's not like you can't use that to create a certain effect in gameplay, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're doing here. So yeah, Cuphead and Hollow Knight.
Just risking it all. Risking it all, baby. And you're like, why even bother? Why even bother? Yeah, I'm done.
You're
Yeah. It's pretty much the feeling I had when I was playing Ninja Gaiden 2 last week.
Yeah.
Where you're just like at the very end, but those levels are some of the worst. Do them over and over and over to get that one fucking chance at the boss, and then lose. Even that last screen you do before you get to fight the boss again can be enough to lower your health so you can only take like 3 hits when you're fighting him.
Cool. Well, that's it for today's stream. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Jeez.